Hey guys, welcome back to T2SMC Trader. This is the PM session. Just came to talk about this price action little bit. Not interested to frame any trade. I was just observing this price action. So there was an opportunity to take the entry. So took this one. Will work or not. I'll see. This is the extreme liquidity. We'll see if it can take that on or not. But especially I would love to talk about here this PM session. Okay, so not right now what is happening, it's not important. I will talk about this later, but right now would love to talk here. And what I told around the morning session here about the price action, I'll talk about this as well little bit here, so that you will understand how to find out something like what is the importance to stop in a session, what is the importance to stop around the session. Okay, so not interested to observe this trade. It is paper trade, not real money, because I think there is some problem with the trade of it or something, because Shubhangshu Gupta also told me he had the same problem. I don't know what happened. I mean, I had the drawdown for near about $2,200, but I took a micro contract entry around the morning session, and they told me that it's breached. I don't know what. I just gave them the message or mail. They told me it's the third party. Trading views the third party, or lot of things. Okay, the same thing I got from the Apex. So I think there is no solution for this. So I really didn't bother about that. Interested to talk about here all the price action and how to find all of these things. Okay, here I just put it over there for thinking that this is gonna be taken, not going to take any partial over here. Either it will work or not. It is not my interest to talk about here. By the way, can you hear me? If you can hear me, just let me know, because let me, yeah, that's better. That's better. Can you hear me, by the way? If you can hear me, just let me know, guys, before starting, so that I can start talking about this price action. Okay, thank you, Gupta. For By the way, Gupta, I don't think so there will be any solution if you just message them, because they give me the same reply. This is not their problem. This is kind of, I mean, the trade of it, third party, all of this bullshit that they told the same thing. So this is why I really don't know what to say about this area. Sometimes shit happens. All of this problem happens. So this is that 8:30 run over here. This is that 15-minute last fair value gap. So far from 15-minute chart, above this 15-minute last fair value gap, this is the daily fair value gap, bearish gap. And around here, this is the buy side liquidity from 15-minute charts. You see, this is the extreme buy side liquidity. So I'm going to remove the daily gap low. Instead, I'll keep this buy side liquidity over here. But remember, this line is also the bearish gap from the daily chart. This is that area as well. All of this price action around the morning session, you know that first I was expecting that market will fall, and then when the last fair value gap from 1 minute chart is broken, I changed my mind and I was thinking that this buy side liquidity will be taken. So that was my intention, and before closing my session I told that I will observe the bearish gap from 15-minute chart. So here was the bearish gap from 15-minute chart, and I told that if market close below the 50% of this bearish gap, then I will start to think about the sell. But to be honest, I don't want to see selling. Instead of that, I will keep in my mind that this buy side liquidity will be taken. So that will be my target. If and only if market close or work with the lower portion of this bearish gap, then I will change my mind and I will start to think about the sell, or it will fall. Maybe it will fall until the 50% of that bullish gap from 1 minute chart. That's 1 minute chart. Otherwise, I'll keep looking for that buy, for this buy side liquidity. Until this buy side liquidity is not going to be taken, I will keep looking for that buy run over here. This is that bearish gap which has been breached by here. All of this area I have nothing to do, because this is in lunch hour. So after this lunch hour, I will start trading from 12:50 to 1. I mean, from 12:50 my PM session start. Okay. So this bearish gap I'm going to remove as it is broken. So I don't need to think about that bearish gap anymore. Here I will observe this whole price action. This is the lowest down close body close candle which has so far has traded this fair value gap. Otherwise, this is the last fair value gap from 15-minute chart. Here it has traded this last fair value gap or the order block, whatever you want to mark, you can mark. After trading this area, market has made this fair value gap here, this bullish fair value gap. Not going to mark it. Instead of this, I'm going to mark the upper one, which is the entry fair value gap. So over here, my intention to come here to show you when market has done some kind of job, then it's gonna be low probability. Okay? So this is that bullish fair value gap from 15 minutes. Just keep that in your mind. This is the bullish fair value gap from 15 minutes chart. Here one fair value gap, this is another fair value gap. That means if my bias is bullish and I'm going to think that this buy side liquidity is gonna be taken, then either this bullish gap, which is the entry gap, or this last fair value gap, any of this gap will hold the price and send it higher again for this buy side liquidity. I have the buy side liquidity here from the morning session. Now I'll go back to 1 minute chart. Why it is still here? Order. Okay. I'll be here. This is that same bullish fair value gap from 15 minute chart. So keep that in your mind. This market fall, it came until to this first presented gap, provided us 25 handle. So from there to the top of this first presented gap, for the first time, can it provide me 25 handle or not? So that I'll keep looking for that. In the same day, it has provided us 25 handle perfectly. So it was a very nice first presented gap 25 handle run. All of this area we have nothing to do. Here we are doing nothing. Okay, nothing. And finally this is that for 1250. This 1250 is the starting of the PM session. So when market started to fall, am I willing to take sell? 100% no. From 15 minute chart, I know that market is coming for this buy side liquidity. Market is going for this buy side liquidity. So I'm only interested to see, can market take that buy side liquidity? So when market started to fall around the PM session, I want to see how this high has been created over there. As you can see, this high, that high, that high, all of them has made the buy side liquidity in a short period of time. This is clean buy side liquidity. This high came here very near to this buy side liquidity and made this much more stronger. After making this buy side liquidity, market fall. When it is falling, I don't care about that fall. I'm not interested to take sell. Came to this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. After coming to this bullish fair value gap, boom, give me the market structure shift here. Now here, after getting that market structure shift, I have got this bullish fair value gap here, which is the entry fair value gap. I always prefer to go for the trade from the entry fair value gap. I don't want to see that market is coming to this breakaway gap. Okay, so let me mark the breakaway gap. This is the breakaway gap, perfect 22 YT model. Here, as you can see, it came to this breakaway gap, but I don't prefer market to come to this breakaway gap. Always I prefer that market is even not going to touch this market, I mean this gap. But obviously it can come until the 50% or maybe below, little below of this 50%. Nobody should close below the 50% of this gap, breakaway gap. So when it tapped to this fair value gap, I want to take a buy from this fair value gap top. My stop loss, it should cover the candle which has made this breakaway gap. So this breakaway gap has made by this specific candle. So I would love to cover the breakaway gap candle which has made it, but it's up to you wherever you would love to put. Where should be my target? My target is gonna be this buy side liquidity. So here, that should be my target. From here, this is that clean buy side liquidity. I would love to see that this market will take this buy side liquidity. Now here is another thing I want to see. As you can see, it's like not even 1:1. So in this type of situation, I'll try to take a partial over here. Would love to hold my trade until the low of that 15-minute last fair value gap. Remember, I'm not going to think about this buy side liquidity. I'm not going to think about this high, nothing. As this relatively equal highs is my liquidity. So I know that market can reverse from that buy side liquidity. After taking that buy side liquidity, market can reverse again. So that should be the partial. After taking the partial, market stop loss should be to the break even. That should be to the break even. If it reverse and stopped you out, it's okay. And then this is another logical level over here, which is the 50-minute last fair value gap low. That is the logical level. Now, if you want to hold your trade until this area, it's up to you. I don't have any problem. I'm just interested to see that can market come until this buy side liquidity. Risk to reward ratio, or the 1:1 or something, whatever you say. Yeah, it is bad over here. Right now, the buy side liquidity is over here and the setup has been created over here. If the setup was little lower, that would be like 1:2 or something like that. That would be best. But if you want to go for this trade, you have to make sure that you have taken a partial just maybe one tick below that buy side liquidity, at least one tick below that buy side liquidity, and then you can hold your trade as long as you want. This is the first entry opportunity, and in my opinion, this is a clean, very clean market structure shift. Clean setup in my opinion. Okay, I will keep talking until I'm not finished. When I'll be finished, then I will read your comment or everything. Until then, I'll keep talking. So here on this area, all in my mind is market is coming for this buy side liquidity. I don't care about anything else. All I care that market will go for this buy side liquidity. I would start to think about the sell if the bearish gap over here from 15-minute chart, if market couldn't fail to close above that bearish gap. Yeah, in that type of situation, I will start to think about this 50% or maybe then lower of that fair value gap of all of this area, other area. Where was that? Here. So after giving me this run, maybe I missed this run, then all of this area is very difficult to trade here, very difficult until market doesn't take any liquidity. As you can see here, when this candle took that low, this is called liquidity taken. When market has taken this liquidity over here, after taking this liquidity, I got another market structure shift here. So as you can see this entry over here, I was planning to take the same entry from here. Actually, that was my entry plan. After getting this market structure shift, when this candle has shifted the market, this was the entry gap. Let me show you this. This was my entry gap over here. And this was the breakaway gap over here. Okay. This is the breakaway gap over here. I was thinking that this market will tap to this gap. I will take the buy from here. That was my pre-planned, or this was the only plan to me. I mean, over here, that was the only plan. Unfortunately, market didn't provide me the entry. This entry, fortunately, it is working. But I was thinking, or I took that entry just before the streaming open. I took that entry to show you why I should not take that entry. But fortunately, market is working and it is going toward that buy side liquidity. I'm very fortunate over here. I'll say that I'm very fortunate over here. But especially, I should get stopped out over here. Fortunately, it is working. So what I was thinking, I am unable to show you this. The problem is when market didn't provide me this entry, then yeah, it has taken another liquidity here, gave me another market structure shift, fair value gap, immediate reaction, took the entry from that immediate, see this candle, tap to this gap, I took my buy over there. Though it is perfect entry, but most of the time when market came to this area, it left that buy side liquidity just before the macro. Most of the time it come here to this last fair value gap or that entry fair value gap, any of this gap. First market trade that, then made this type of entries, or most of the time it just keep going higher without giving any entry opportunity. It just keep going higher for the buy side liquidity without any kind of entry opportunity. Yeah, today I'm lucky here and market worked over here. Okay, let me check actually if I did something wrong. From the volume balance, did it trade? No, it didn't trade. Okay, either way it didn't trade this gap. So most of the time if I frame a setup over here, I will get stopped out over here most of the time. I was lucky here extremely and market worked perfectly. I should not take my entry over here. My first entry opportunity is over here. Trend is my friend today. I know that every single time market will take the liquidity and then it will give me the entry opportunity. I will go for that. See here, take that liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap. That is my entry. That specific candle tap to this gap, I should be enter here, not there, because here market has already done its job. What type of job it has done? There is a, if you come here, you will see that there is a high. Okay, that high has been taken as well with the 50-minute last fair value gap top. This is the top of this 50-minute last fair value gap. So as it came until this area, took that buy side liquidity, respected. How beautifully it has been respected over there. There is much more possibility that it will come here to this last gap, or at least entry to this entry gap before going higher to take this buy side liquidity. If you understand this part, you will understand why I keep saying that please don't over trade. That means if you get one winning trade, stop over there. Otherwise, you will get stopped out around this area. The way I got stopped out around the morning session here. I got stopped out over here because market has done its job around the morning session, came to this 50-minute last fair value gap, then started to reverse until some certain level. It was unfinished business over here. That was the same last fair value gap. to that specific leg. This is the last parabolic gap. Don't see it as a first presented gap. Instead of think that this is the last parabolic gap, which was an unfinished business. Okay, then there is no parabolic gap is untraded, except this one here. There is some kind of last parabolic gap that is untraded over here. But the problem is here I have some kind of run toward that. I mean that last parabolic gap or something, whatever it is. I had a run over here, and then market failed to trade this one. Extremely went higher. So it doesn't need to come back again here because of the time. The time is the factor. Where was that? Here. That the time is the factor. If market would love to take that buy side liquidity, and it is almost the last hour, so it doesn't have the time to come first here to trade this last parabolic gap there around this area, then go for this buy side liquidity. It's nearly impossible. But here some kind of parabolic gap that should be filled before going to take that buy side liquidity. It should fall first here, at least entry gap, at least here or here, before going higher to take that buy side liquidity. It is extremely dangerous to take the entry around this area. Don't try to overtrade in a session. In a session, always market will provide you at least one perfect setup. Even if it is not extremely bad price action, then it will provide you perfect entry at least one time, not twice. I'm going to say you again, I took that entry by thinking that it is gonna stop me out. It works. I don't need to say that, but I'm saying you, I took that entry just to show you why I should not take this entry. It came to this parabolic gap, trade that last parabolic gap. It should keep falling until any of this parabolic gap, then it should go higher, like this type of run without giving me any kind of entry opportunity. It should go like that way for that buy side liquidity, like that way. Okay, fortunately or unfortunately, whatever you say, it is working. Sometimes shit happens. I will say this is just shit. That is why it is just going to provide me the target or whatever it is. Let me keep it over here, otherwise I'll forget. Here, this is the only setup in this PM session. In the AM session, I had one setup here around this area. You know that we are not able to take the entry from this gap. That was only setup. Market has taken all the sell side liquidity. Market structure shift, entry gap, same logic. Entry gap, breakaway gap. Entry from there, stop loss should cover the breakaway gap. We didn't take this entry because of the stop loss. It was huge stop loss. That is why we didn't take this entry. Then we actually chased the price over here because market was not, at least until this area, market wasn't here. So we tried to take that entry until that area, whatever it is. But here, this entry is chasing price. I should not go for that entry. I have to take this entry. If I can take this entry, I'm good. If I wait for this entry, it is called chasing price. Lot of time I'll get this type of situation I'll face. Like I'll buy, I'll get stopped out. I'll buy, I'll get stopped out. But here I was lucky, to be honest, I was lucky, it didn't stop me out. But most of the time, this type of situation will happen here. That is why I always prefer to take entry from the beginning of the run. Like here, that is the beginning of the run. I didn't take that one. I was like watching a movie. I didn't take this one. Here, this is called chasing price. I'm now chasing the price. Market has to take that buy side liquidity. That is why it is going to that buy side liquidity. Maybe for that it is working. Otherwise, it is not the time to take that entry. My entry should be here around this area. That should be my entry. Same thing here. My entry should be here. If I can take this entry, I'm happy. Can't take this entry over here because it is in the lunch hour. But if it was not inside the lunch hour, that is the perfect area to look for the buy. Would love to talk about this entry as well little bit over here. It is not 22 YT model. It's my breaker block model actually. Instead of the 22 YT model, it's my perfect breaker block entry. As you can see, market came here until this area. Market went higher. All of this area, I don't have anything to say because it's not a perfect entry or anything. For example, here is no parabolic gap, nothing at all over there. All of this is lunch hour. Market came here, fall first time, come here, then went higher. If you take a closer look over here, it has first taken this liquidity for the first time here by that specific candle. After taking this liquidity, this low has been taken over here. Market structure shift, fair value gap trade that fair value gap, went higher, keep going higher. Otherwise, this is that order block has been traded, unfilled fair value gap over here, filled that unfilled fair value gap perfectly around this area. I would love to look for low, high, lower low. Highest up close body close candle is gonna be your or breaker block. That was my favorite model, to be honest. Here, this is that breaker block model. I don't need to take my entry from there. I would love to take my entry when market has closed above that breaker block by that specific candle. By here, I will take my entry from that candle. This candle tap to this breaker block. I'll take my entry to this breaker block, and stop loss is going to cover that breaker block low. Now, as this is consecutive breaker block, these two candle is the consecutive breaker block. So it is better, always better to cover the low little bit, that low little bit for the mohawk. So here this 22 ID model is bonus, but to be honest, this breaker block is more beautiful for me here around this area. Trade that breaker block one time, two time, three time, then went higher. Same logic around this area. Unfortunately, it didn't trade, so it's not good enough for marking the breaker block. But either way, it has perfectly closed this one without the breaker block, order block trading. This candle didn't trade that order block. So it didn't trade perfectly this order block except that one. If it could tap to this order block over here, this should be the unfilled fair value gap, which has been filled over here 100%. Low, high, lower low. Highest up close body close candle is the most sensitive breaker block around this area, most sensitive one. But this whole three candle is the consecutive breaker block. So if you mark the highest one only around this area, which is consecutive breaker block, this is that candle which has closed above this breaker block. The very next candle tap to this breaker block, that should be the entry. Mohawk can happen over here. All you can see is here these two candle and three candle. This is the breaker block. All of these three candle breaker block. If you can cover this breaker block, that could be a better entry opportunity around this area until the buy side liquidity. I would love to say you, if you know where the market is going, the most important part is you have to know where the market is going. That is the theme I showed you yesterday's price action and today's price action. If you are going to believe that this market is going in some certain level, sometimes it's gonna be like seek and destroy mode. Some days, very rare, like some days ago we saw the seek and destroy mode. If it is not seek and destroy mode, most of the time you will see, if you are biased, okay, I'm biased that market will go for that buy side liquidity. I'm biased. So this whole fall, I'm not going to do anything to that fall, nothing. I will wait for a certain period of time to go for the trade. Now, when I'm biased, I'm waiting. How can I avoid this type of losing trade? All of this losing trade. Why I pushed my button over here? I know that Guru got angry on me today. I saw his comment, and yeah, I saw it. But the problem is in the session, when I'm in this session, I'm trying to take some kind of entry. For example, I'm trying to take some entry. I got this winning trade around what time? Around 10:09. My trade is done. Around 10:09, my trade is done. I started my stream 9:30. 10:09, my trade is done. Now until 11:30, I have to stay here. So what I'm doing, I'm forcing the market. But I know that market has already done its job over here. Whatever run it was going to give me, I already got my run over here. Here, when I'm forcing the market, I can't think about the sell because I don't know how far it will fall. Nobody know that it will come until this area. By the way, it hit my target, I guess. Yeah, it hit my target. That is the buy side liquidity, bearish gap from the daily chart. My target has been like perfectly worked over here. When here, this is not a perfect market structure shift, first of all, but it was a perfect entry. To be honest, I don't care about the market structure shift over here. All I care, trend is my friend. Market has taken that low. When this low has been taken, I wasn't convinced. But when this low has been taken by that low and then gave me this run toward the buy side liquidity here, toward the buy side liquidity, I was convinced here. I don't need to look for some kind of perfect market structure shift. So that was only trade I could go for that. Then here, what did I do? Anybody can see that, whoever with me for so long, any of you can simply say that I was forcing the market because I have to go for some trade. I was forcing, no market structure shift, Nothing, not even the fair value gap, very small fair value gap, but we don't count it, right? Not even the fair value gap. We are trying to take the entry from here. Can't look for the sell. So I was forcing the market. If I don't force the market, and now think, I started my stream around 9:30 and I'm going to stay until 4 p.m. Okay, until 4 p.m. I'm going to stop. So in that type of situation, I have nothing to do. It is falling, falling, falling. I will just let him fall. Come to this PM session, provided me this first entry. It should not work. This is my plan. This was my plan. Actually, if it could tap over there, I could take a partial over here, then hold my trade until this area. Maybe I would get stopped out by trailing stop loss. Otherwise, if I put my stop loss to the break even, it will never hit my break even and it will provide me this buy side liquidity. This is to set up over here. Same thing I'm going to show you from yesterday. This is yesterday's price action. Is that? Yeah, this is the yesterday's price action. Absolutely. So around 9:30, I was bullish. Okay, absolutely, I was bullish. So what happened here for the first time? Market 9:30. This is that 9:30 market fall, took that liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap. If it can provide me the immediate entry here, I'll go for that. If it doesn't provide me that, okay, it's okay. I let it go. It didn't provide me that entry. We took the entry from this first presented gap or the inverse gap. Forget about that. I'm talking about the perfect entry. Here we got the market structure shift. This is the fair value gap, anti-fair value gap. If we get immediate reaction to this fair value gap, we'll go for that trade. Now here market didn't give us the entry opportunity around this area. So we did nothing. Market came until this area to this new week opening gap. Then it started to fall. Not interested to take this sell. Why? Because my thinking is market is going to take that buy side liquidity. Remember, this was the buy side liquidity. This high, that high, they are the buy side liquidity. We are thinking about this buy side liquidity will be taken. When market provided first entry opportunity, didn't tap to this fair value gap, keep going higher. I already missed that entry. No worries. Market is falling, falling, falling. I will do nothing until this area. When market fall until this area, then it has provided me another. Can it provide me another entry opportunity? This high, if it's been shifted by that specific candle, then this buy will be valid. If it doesn't provide me this market structure shift or anything, no entry opportunity over here. Market is keep going higher, I have to let it go. No, nothing to do over here. Then it started to fall. This whole morning session, nothing to do until here, 10:40. I mean, what to say? Yeah, around 10:40. When market came here around 10:40, still my thinking is market will keep going higher. It has taken that liquidity, market structure shift around this area. This is that market structure, perfect market structure shift. Entry fair value gap, breakaway gap, very immediate reaction. 1, 2, 3. Within 3 candle, it came to this entry fair value gap. I will take my buy over there. Stop loss is going to cover the breakaway gap, at least the breakaway gap, or depending on the stop loss. So that is the first opportunity where I'm going to get the loss, because I was looking for buy. I was believing that this market is going to take that buy side liquidity, this clean buy side liquidity over here. That buy side liquidity market is going to take, and market has provided me the entry opportunity for the first time around this area. I got stopped out. Now, if I think that every single time it is working, I'm wrong. So here, when I got stopped out, I have nothing to do. I will let this go, fall, went higher. Was there any market structure shift? Nothing, nothing at all. Came here, all of this area we are watching this price, and I told you after that big fall what I should wait for to look for the buying opportunity, because we didn't have any kind of high time frame PDR around this area. So this buy is also not valid. If you remember, we are talking about this. Then all of this lunch hour, I have nothing to do. Lunch hour, nothing to do. Then it has provided me perfect opportunity. Market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. For the first time at the beginning of the run, just at the beginning of the run, market went higher. Where did it came? Until this area. Did it take that buy side liquidity? We are looking for that buy side liquidity here. That buy side liquidity should be taken. I know that this market is going for this buy side liquidity over here. Did it take that buy side liquidity? Has provided me an entry opportunity at the beginning of the PM session. I took that on. Market didn't take that buy side liquidity. So what I have to do over here? Nothing. It is not trend is my friend type of situation, as it was Tuesday. Boom, market fall. I'm going to think that this market is going to fall. 100% no. I'm not convinced yet. Why? Because tomorrow is CPI. I know that tomorrow is CPI. If market would love to keep falling and take that sell side liquidity by today, that means Tuesday, I'm talking about Tuesday. It is taking by Tuesday. Then in what to say? I mean, in Wednesday, where market will go? It will go for that buy side liquidity. I'm not convinced, because my weekly analysis is telling me market will go for that sell side liquidity by CPI. So CPI run will go toward that sell side liquidity. That is my belief according to my weekly analysis, that market is going to fall for this sell side liquidity. I have done this already. I am going to believe that market is doing this. It will do that by CPI. Market is going to take this sell side liquidity. I have to believe it. Now, when I am believing that this is going to be taken by CPI, that whole fall is not going to convince me that market is going for this sell side liquidity. What I'm going to do, I will let this all go. If it take this sell side liquidity, yes sir, I missed all the sell. I missed all of them. Okay, I'm done. I took a loss over here around the morning session. There I took a loss. Then around the PM session, I got a profit here. Comparing with loss, it will be huge profit over here. By comparing with this one, with that one, it is huge profit. I'm okay with that. If it would love to keep falling, take that liquidity. I'll let him take the liquidity. I will do nothing. But my belief is, if it can provide me any kind of buying opportunity, I will go for that buy, because the buy side liquidity is not taken yet. The buy side liquidity here, it's not taken yet. So until it's not taken, I will keep thinking about the buy. Then market has provided us another buying opportunity over here around this area, another market structure. Perfect things. Look over here. Took that liquidity, trade the higher time frame period, give me the market structure shift, perfect market structure shift, fair value gap, entry gap, breakaway gap. Little volatile. If you can cover the stop loss by your trading or anything, I mean, whatever it is, if you go with the logic should be below this low. Now your stop loss is not going to cover it, don't take it, or get stopped out, then re-enter into the market when it is going to close above this entry fair value gap. You have to believe that this market is going for that buy side liquidity. Now brother, your weekly analysis is wrong, because market didn't take that sell side liquidity by CPI. No, what did I say? After completing yesterday's price action, what did I say? Now I have both buy side liquidity and the sell side liquidity, so it's going to be difficult for me to trade this CPI. I have to wait to see where it is reaching for. For the first time it went higher, take that buy side liquidity. After taking that buy side liquidity, we all know why we are looking for that buy, right? First I was looking for that sell until that last fair value gap is not broken or everything it is over there. I wasn't looking for sell. I was not looking for buy. I was looking for sell. When market has provided all of this run toward that buy side liquidity, I started to think about the buy. This morning session, first buy here, that is the first buy, that should be the entry. Forget about entry, volatility, everything. Forget about that. If you can't take this one because of your stop loss, don't trade. Just don't simply trade, because it is highly volatile. You are not able to take this entry. Your stop loss is going to be huge. So don't take that entry. It doesn't mean that you are going to force the market to give you this entry. In my live, I show you, I mean, right now I have just 38 people are watching. So I don't have no shame to share this truthness over here. I am in live. I have to take the entry. I took that entry. This entry and the gambling is the same thing. Don't go for this trade. Never ever push the trade, because it's already the run. I prefer to take entry at the beginning of the run. Always, most of the time, you will see that I always prefer to go for the beginning of the run. Not here, not there. This is called chasing price. I am chasing the price. It should not work. If it works, I'm lucky. It should not work because I'm chasing the price. There, I should not take this entry because I'm chasing the price. My entry should be here, not there. It is called chasing price. Market has already went too far. I started think about that. I started my live streaming around 1 p.m. Okay, so by anyhow I missed this trade. I didn't take that entry because of the stop loss or anything. Maybe I didn't take this entry depending on that stop loss or everything. I didn't take this entry. From 1 to 4, what I have to do? I have to push the button. So I will push my button over here because this is another possibility. It's called possibility, not and probability. This is probability, high probability, because of the 15-minute higher time frame, because of the 22 YT model or the perfect model, because of the immediate reaction, because of everything. This is a high probability. This is just a possibility. Maybe it will work. Maybe. Nobody knows it is going to work or not. But this is just a possibility. I should not go for the trade. I'm in live. live streaming, I have to push the button, I'm pushing the button. I'm explaining this price, I have to explain this price, I have to push the button, I'm push the button. Don't ever focus. Take this type of entries around this area. Always try to prefer to take the entry at the beginning of the run. This is the beginning of the run. Here it is in lunch hour. We can't take our entries over here. Think about that. If you want to take the entry, think about that. Okay, like we are in normal session time. We know that we are looking for the buying opportunity. It is a logical level, which is the 1 minute last fair value gap as well as 15-minute last fair value gap in a logical level. For example, everything has done over here. That is the beginning of the run. I prefer to take entry from here instead of there. It is in lunch hour, not able to take this entry. Find out this 15-minute bullish gap, tap to this bullish gap, to this liquidity, provided me the entry, enter, boom. 15-minute bullish fair value gap, go your 15-minute chart and look at the 15-minute bullish gap. Tap to this, boom. See this run. Now I prefer to go for the sell. Here it came to this buy side liquidity, market structure, taken all the liquidity. This is that bearish gap which market didn't fit. I would love to take a sell here because this is the beginning of the run. I believe that this is the beginning of the run. Where is my sell side liquidity? If there is any sell side liquidity from 1 minute here, maybe this is the sell side liquidity. It is going to take that sell side liquidity. I want to take a sell here, not buy, because market has already done. I'm not bullish anymore. It will keep going higher. I'll let him go, no problem. But I would love to look for a sell around this area. Market has taken that buy side liquidity. This is the market structure shift. Please don't go for this trade. Please don't take this entry. I'm just saying you, I don't know what is happening. Market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. From there, I would love to take the sell because this is the beginning of the run. How do I know this is the beginning of the run? For knowing this, you need the liquidity. If I had some kind of sell side liquidity here, for example, this type of buy side liquidity, see this buy side liquidity, this high and that high, they are the buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart. 1 minute chart, it is clean buy side liquidity. Do I have those type of sell side liquidity around this area? No, I don't have. Yeah, I can force the market to think that this is that sell side liquidity here. This is clean lows around this area, which could be the target, very small target, okay? But very small target. Most of the time, you will look for the 15-minute liquidity first. Is there any 15-minute liquidity? Yes, sir, there is 15-minute liquidity. Now start to look for 1 minute liquidity. Where is your 1 minute liquidity? You got your 1 minute liquidity, perfect. Did it take the buy side liquidity? 100% it has taken the extreme buy side liquidity. Did it trade any higher time frame PDRA? Yes, sir, it has traded the daily last gap. Did it provide you any kind of opportunity to take the sell? Yes, it has provided you the first. Look at this fair value gap. What is this fair value gap? It should work with the lower portion. After trading the lower portion of this fair value gap, do you get the market structure shift? You got the market structure shift. Do you have any entry opportunity? Yes, I have the entry opportunity from there. I'd love to take and sell from this fair value gap. Stop loss is going to cover the fair value gap or whatever breakaway gap it is. And where is your, what the hell? It is too big. Okay, now it is okay. And just a second. Do you get your entry opportunity? This is the entry fair value gap. Stop loss is going to be above the breakaway gap. Target is this liquidity, relatively equal loss, as I don't have any other liquidity. Okay, perfect. This is the market structure sheet fair value gap around this area. Now, did market provide you the entry within 3 candles? Did you provide the entry? No. So what you are going to do? Nothing. Simply nothing. It didn't provide you the entry. You are not going to take the entry. But if it provide you the entry, this is the beginning of the run. You are going to take the entry from here. When market has already came there, you are not going to frame any other setup. If you can frame it from the beginning, go for that. If you don't get it, don't try to participate in all of this price action. This is very risky area. Very risky area. Don't try to take entries from those areas. If you don't want to take, if you want to take the entry, buy at the beginning of the run. Why it is beginning? Because this is the session starting point. Okay? So that was all I was trying to explain in this PM session. I talk too much, brother. I talk too much. Okay. Sorry, I was keep watching. Okay, keep saying. Now I can read your comment. It should have been ignored because that's what sent it up. What did you say? The real Israel today's trend is my friend. So I don't care about 15 minutes at that much until I don't want to switch my bias. That means I wanna go for sell from the buy. For example, here it is going to fall. Okay, it is going to fall for all of the sell side liquidity. If I want to switch my chart from bull trend to bear trend, I need 15-minute chart. For example, here I want to wait for the 15-minute bearish gap around this area. To be honest, I have to look for a bear gap, because now I'm going to switch my trend from bull trend to bear trend. Okay, that is why I need a 15-minute bearish gap. Otherwise, in Wednesday and Thursday, I don't need the 15-minute chart. All I need just 1 minute chart. Every single time it will take the liquidity, provide me the market structure shift, I'll go for the trade until it is not done. Thank you guys. Okay, just because of this I came here. If anyone has any question, let me know. You have to be very patient. You have to start to look for your trade at the beginning. You have to be biased. You have to be biased, because in the morning session when I was bullish and market was keep falling, right? And all of you are seeing that market is falling. It doesn't mean that my bias is wrong. No, I'm still bullish. Like yesterday when I was looking for buy and the whole morning session market was falling, it doesn't mean that I am going to change my bias. No, I will keep looking for buy. Yes, all the sell I will miss, but I know that market will provide me the buying opportunity. It has to provide me, because my buy side liquidity is over there. I'm not going to hold my trade for that buy side liquidity around there. I'm not going to hold it. In the meantime, I will get thousands opportunity to take the partial and to hit my target profit. I will get thousands opportunity if I am biased. Yeah, all of this sell I will miss. All of this sell I will miss. Why is that? Because I don't know how far it will fall. When market was falling today, here around the morning session, when it was falling, I didn't know how far it will fall. So why I would love to take that sell? I took that sell, I got stopped out here. No, wait for the perfect setup, wait for the perfect time, wait for the perfect case of scenario. You got your model, you got your bias, you got your time, you got your entry or immediate reaction or everything. You got it, go for the trade. This is very simple, very simple, very simple. It is difficult because we are not patient enough. When market is falling, whatever T2 said, it's bullshit. This market will never go higher. When yesterday it was falling, I'm just talking about 2 days, because every single day I can prove you that whatever is my bias is 99%, 90% of the time you'll see that market is going toward that area. It is going to give you the entry opportunity. It is not going to give you the entry opportunity. That's different matter. If you find the entry, go for that. If you don't find the entry, don't trade over there. Simple. But bias is something, if you can be biased, this whole, the mystery of trading will be gone. I am telling you, brother, trust me, brother, this whole chart, like, very crystal clear to me. Very, very, very crystal clear to me. I know that what I'm looking for. I know that how to wait for that, and I know that where and how it will go. I don't need to predict the close. I don't need to predict the open. I don't need to predict that. But I know, or I have to know, where this market will go. How do you know that? Very, very, very simple logic. Very simple. Go to your 15-minute chart. Find out your liquidity. In 15-minute chart, market is over here. Okay, just let me close all of this bullshit. Okay, market is over here. Okay, for example, market is there. Can you show me the sell side liquidity in near of the market? Can you show me the sell side liquidity? Is there any sell side liquidity? You have the sell side liquidity, your first sell side liquidity, the first and foremost sell side liquidity is here. This is that your first and foremost sell side liquidity here. This is your sell side liquidity. Do you have any buy side liquidity? I have thousands buy side liquidity there. Look, this high, that high, that high, that. Lot of buy side liquidity over there. When this buy side liquidity is taken, can you show me another buy side liquidity? I don't have any other buy side liquidity. From 50 meters, no other buy side liquidity. Everything is taken. Now, when the buy side liquidity is not there, sell side liquidity is not there. This sell side liquidity is too far. This sell side buy side liquidity is too far over here. This buy side liquidity is too far. How do I know where market will go? Wait for the next session, because before the next session, either market will go to very near to the buy side liquidity, or it will come very near to the sell side liquidity, or it will make new buy side liquidity or the sell side liquidity. It will make them outside of the session for you so that you can be biased. It will do all the job for you. All you have to do, you have to come in the session, you have to look for the liquidity. Where is the liquidity? Very specific, not previous day high, previous week high, previous bullshit. Not look at them. Look for just relatively equal highs, relatively equal lows. You have them? Yes, sir. I have them. Like yesterday, around this area, buy side liquidity. Did I have any sell side liquidity except this one? No. Yeah, I could frame the sell. Obviously, I could frame the sell if I didn't have the CPI today. If I didn't have the CPI, I would start to think that, okay, now this market is going to fall for this sell side liquidity. That is why always think about your news. Where is the news candle? What type of news do you have in this week? I have NFP. So this sell side liquidity is gonna be taken by NFP. I know that. Like last week, remember the sell side liquidity by NFP? I know that it is gonna be taken by NFP. So whole week I can't look for that sell side liquidity. I have to keep them safe over there. Like today, before today, I can't think about this sell side liquidity is gonna be taken. Why? Because it should be taken by CPI, not before the CPI. Market made that buy side liquidity here. What else that buy side liquidity around this area before CPI by yesterday? It made that buy side liquidity until the session 8:30. Market didn't take that buy side liquidity. Now it is 50-50. Does it want to go for that buy side liquidity? Does it want to go for that sell side liquidity? Okay, it went for that buy side liquidity. Perfect. After taking this buy side liquidity, where is your next buy side liquidity? This is your next buy side liquidity. This is your sell side liquidity. So wait to see what it wants to do. This whole morning session, it takes the morning session and the lunch hour to decide where does it want to go. This sell side liquidity or that buy side liquidity, where does it want to go? Around the lunch hour, it has decided, no, I don't want to fall. If it wanted to go for this sell side liquidity, then around lunch hour, you would see that market has been shifted by that low. So it has closed around this area, around lunch hour. I would never think about this buy side liquidity again. My target would be this sell side liquidity. Before this sell side liquidity, I would go for all of this accumulation zone or all of this support zone, this area. I would go for that. Lunch hour, market didn't provide. Provide me any kind of selling opportunity. Instead of that, it closed there by lunch hour. So what should I think? It is falling? No, 100% no. This buy side liquidity is gonna be taken. Simple logic. Just where is your liquidity? Find out it. Some days you will see that there is no liquidity, no buy side liquidity from 15-minute chart, no sell side liquidity from 15-minute chart. What you will do in those days? Man, this is 50-50. Don't trade over there because you don't know where market will go. But I have 1 minute liquidity. 1 minute liquidity doesn't have the power to grab the market toward that liquidity. 1 minute liquidity doesn't have the power. 15-minute chart is the bellwether. That is why all I need this 15-minute chart. How far it can go. Which gap is going to work. Every single gap is presenting the weekly bias, daily bias, hourly bias, 4-hour bias, monthly bias, everything. This 15-minute chart is going to provide you. This 15-minute parallel gap, this 15-minute liquidity, they are going to provide you. Some days are different. Nothing is 100% in trading. Nothing called 100%. Some days are different. But this 15-minute chart is going to tell you whole story. What is going to happen? Outside of the session, all of this area is going to tell you what is going to happen. So before the 8:30, we have the PPI around 8:30, PMI around 8:30. Before the PMI, market made a high here. Look over here. Okay, now I have a high here and a relatively equal highs over there around this area. Before PMI, market make a high. Around PMI, market make the relatively equal highs. So now market has made the liquidity. 9:30 open, it should go for that buy side liquidity. No, it didn't go. It is falling, it is falling, it is falling. Don't do anything over here. Because when it is falling, it is not going for liquidity, it is going for retracement. How far? To balance some imbalanced. No need to trade over there. Let him fall. Okay, let him fall. Market made that buy side liquidity. Keep looking for that buy side liquidity. Forget about everything else. If it provide you the run toward that buy side liquidity, go for that. If it doesn't provide, then let the whole sell go. All the sell, then go. 1 day, just 1 day. Come back tomorrow. it will never make you disappointed. It will provide you at least one opportunity in a day. Fall here, provided you perfect buy here. Remember? Then how did it fall over there? That fall from 1 minute chart, go and count how many one minute candle is over there. How many 1 minute candle is over here? Just keep counting them. Where was that? Here. Just count them. In that whole fall, there is not even a single bull candle. Single bull candle. It's just falling, 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 falling knife. Okay, I'm cool. I'm wrong. Market will never go higher. It's okay. It is going to take that sell side liquidity. I have already missed the run. This is the starting of the run. I missed it. I'm not going to take the entry over here because market has already fallen. The run has already begun. If I start to chase it, I will never think about the race, man. I mean the running race in the the Bolt, Hussein Bolt, the big guy. Just think that this is Hussein Bolt, okay? Hussein Bolt started to run already. Now you are late, you join later. How can you chase him? It is nearly impossible, right? When the run is going to start with Hussein Bolt with you, there is a chance, right? There is nothing called permanent. So maybe you will be the winner of that race because you are starting the run all together. But when Hussein Bolt is already here, you are going to chase him. Is it really logical? No, it's not logical. You should not chase him. So let him either decide to rest, take some rest. If he takes some rest, then when he will start to run again, join him. Otherwise, don't join him. Instead, let him finish his run. Then when he will finish his run, he will start to come toward your area or your last line, then join him again at the beginning of the run. If you can take him at the beginning of the run, go for him. If you can't, don't take it. It came already here. What is the meaning of taking entry around this area, buying entry around this area? You start to look for sell here. If you think that market has taken the buy side liquidity, for example, here today, it has taken the buy side liquidity, for example. So I missed all of this buy I missed. Okay, all of this buy I missed. All of this buy. I didn't take the entry here. I didn't take the entry here. I didn't take the entry here. I didn't do anything over here. So I already missed all the entries. This is the last line, end line. You know that. This is the last line. Took the liquidity already. The end line has been done. Okay, perfect. The new race is going to begin. Here, new race is going to begin. Participate in that race until the end line. Wherever is your end line, until that end line. Let me check it. Unfinished business has been finished over here. Entry gap or last gap. I prefer the last gap. Entry gap is also acceptable. When the race is going to begin again, try to take that race again at the beginning of the run. Any confusion, guys? I'm sorry, lot of talking today. But I'm trying my level best so that you can understand that when and how you should wait, because without waiting, we can't, like over here, the run is done. The sell run is done or the buy run is done. I can't take the buy now. Time is not going to support me. First of all, time is not going to support me. So trading is done. Trading is done. I am in live. I have to take entry, brother. You have to understand that whatever you say, I don't care, because you know right now I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing any job, nothing. So I'm getting like $250 from here and some amount of money from the affiliate commission. I'm telling you the truth. I'm getting some of my, I'm surviving here because I have to pay like 450 euro for my room rent and for like 150 euro for something like that for my eating cost. Okay, I'm bringing my money from my mother, some of money from my mother, and I'm not doing any job. I'm just spending my time here. So I have to think about the YouTube little bit so that I can at least survive or can get at least $500, from all the commission and the YouTubing or everything. Yeah, I'm not getting it yet, but I wish that one day I will get like maybe 50,000 subscriber, 1 lakh or 100,000 subscriber. Maybe I'll be able to survive by this YouTubing or all of these things. So I have to spend the time here. I have to push the button over here. I have to do something around this area. If I come and just do nothing because I'm not finding any setup, like in the morning session, all the run is done around 10:19, right? Around 10:19, all the run is done. Now it is falling. What I have to do? Nothing. I can do nothing here because I'm not interested to take any kind of sell. I have nothing to do. But if I keep just saying, okay, I'm looking for buy and this market is falling, and I'm not even trying, I'm not pushing my button. I know, guys, it's not going to help me. Not not growing my YouTube or not doing anything over here. So I have to do something. But here I'm telling you what you should do. If you are biased, wait for the setup, wait for the time. It will provide you when you should go for the trade. At the beginning of the run, for example, I took that entry at the beginning, okay, and then got, for example, here I took that buy that was 35 handle profit. Isn't it enough? When I took that entry, just 1 or 2 minutes, I'm done. Okay, so what the people will do here? He is done. He's not going to take any entry. So let's go somewhere else. Nobody likes this rant. Nobody likes this rant, man. Trading is not difficult. The difficult problem is to be patient. When and how long you have to be patient. And the more difficult part is find the bias, because people are making this overcomplicated by adding previous day high, previous low high, previous day low, weekly high, weekly low, daily open, weekly open. All of these things are making this so complicated. You don't need to make this so complicated. It's too simple. Go for relatively equal highs from 15-minute chart or hourly chart. Relatively equal lows from 15-minute chart or hourly chart. You got it? Perfect. Now wait for the gap. You got the gap? Perfect. 1 minute chart. Come to the 1 minute chart session setup. You find it? Go for it. At the beginning. If you can find it at the beginning, go for it. You missed it? You are done. That session is not for you. You can't push the button in that specific session anymore. Wait for the next session. Okay. Guys, anybody has any question? Otherwise, I'm done actually. I'm going to close. I just came to explain this price action and, you know, what is the importance of this bias. Just to explain that, I came here. And when I talk about this whole commission, please don't get me wrong. Okay. I don't mean to hurt anyone. I don't mean to say you that I'm greedy just because of that. No, man. I'm trying my level best to give you everything. Just that's all. But what I do in my life, don't copy my trade. Never ever copy my trade, because I have to do a lot of things, man. Trading is something like personal job. When you are trading by yourself. Nobody is going to judge you. Nobody. But here in life, when I'm doing all of these things, I'm gonna be judged every day. Yeah, you are not doing it, but someone will do it by their own opinion. Okay, so don't copy my trade. Instead, focus what I'm saying and wait for that specific situation. It is not possible to do in life. 100% it's possible. From the morning session 9:30 to 4 p.m. it is possible. If I made my mind that I will go maximum one trade in a day, 100% it is possible. Just make sure that you are looking for some exact line, the end line, brother. See this run, where the run has begun. This is the beginning of the run. How do I know that this is the beginning of the run? How do I know that this is the beginning of the run? Every beginning of the run, I will catch the run. I'll catch the setup. Sometimes I'll get stopped out. For example, yesterday, as I showed you, that maybe I'll get stopped out here around the morning session. Here, this is gonna be the beginning of the run around this. Where was that? I guess here. Okay, there. Yeah, I'll get stopped out here. Sometimes that is the beginning of the run. In my opinion, I got stopped out here. Sometimes shit happens, but most of the time you will see that I'm gonna catch the beginning of the run. If you can if you can get it, this trading is easy. Just make sure where is your liquidity. Liquidity is your direction. Liquidity is always gonna be your direction. Let me show you one more example from hourly chart. If you look at this hourly chart in this short period of time, this low and that low, they are the relatively equal lows or the obvious liquidity. See this obvious liquidity here. Now I'm showing you this from hourly chart. Okay, obvious liquidity. Now this market is going higher, 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 higher until this area. All of this area here around this area, what is that? Around this, all of this area outside of the session, outside of the session. Then this is that 9:30, 9:30 candle start. Where did it go? 9:30 session started. Where did it go? Sell side liquidity, relatively equal lows or the obvious liquidity. Came very near until this liquidity. What did it made? This low and that low. Another sell side liquidity. Okay, no problem. What happened then? In the PM session, market do all of these things. Then next day around 9:30. Okay, so around 9:30, this is that 9:30 or 10 or whatever it is, around this area, market came until this area. When it came here around this area, do I have any buy side liquidity? No. Do I have any sell side liquidity? I have the sell side liquidity. I had the sell side liquidity here. If you remember, this is that relatively equal lows. Around 9:30, where was that? Here. Yeah, around 9:30. Market went little higher. Where is your next liquidity level? This is your next liquidity level. Do you have buy side liquidity? No, you don't have the buy side liquidity. It has taken this sell side liquidity. It will target that sell side liquidity now. Went little higher, go for that sell side liquidity. Went little higher, go for that sell side liquidity. Take that sell side liquidity. When it has taken that sell side liquidity, what it has made? Another buy side liquidity. Did you see? This high and that high. Now I have another buy side liquidity. After taking this sell side liquidity, this low with the another low, which is relatively equal lows. After taking this liquidity, it went for that buy side liquidity. At the same time, it left that sell side liquidity here. This low and that low, relatively equal lows or the obvious liquidity. It left that liquidity. It has that buy side liquidity, all of this buy side liquidity. It went higher to take all of this buy side liquidity and trade that last parabolic up one more time. Okay, after trading this, market went little higher, all of this outside of the session. Session has started. It is going toward that sell side liquidity. Now I have the sell side liquidity here. Until it is not taken, market keep falling, keep falling, keep falling until this area. It has fallen. Then this is the CPI or whatever it is. It went little higher, made that buy side liquidity here. I have this buy side liquidity around this area. Also this sell side liquidity here. CPI decided to go for that buy side liquidity. Okay, it has taken that buy side liquidity. What should it go for? Sell side liquidity. But before taking this sell side liquidity, look, it has some buy side liquidity as well here. So you have to wait a little bit. Is it willing to take this buy side liquidity before falling? Yes, it has taken this buy side liquidity. Perfect. After taking this buy side liquidity, how did it take that buy side liquidity? With a shallow run. Still, this is buy side liquidity. Wait until it's not taken. Let him take that buy side liquidity. Let him trade this fair value gap over here. Let him trade that fair value gap. Okay, it doesn't want to go over here right now. It wants to go for that sell side liquidity. Perfect. Then wait for some kind of bear run. Okay, like bullish bearish gap and respected this gap. Let him violate this bullish fair value gap as well. Let them be violated. When they will be violated, this sell side liquidity is your target. If you see any of them are going to support, then you have the buy side liquidity here. You know where market is going for. This clean buy side liquidity that should be taken, right? They should be taken. This buy side liquidity has been taken over here. Market fall. Buy side, sell side, buy side, sell side, buy side, sell side. That is all market is doing. Thank you guys for being over here. I hope that tomorrow I will be able to come here before the session. I can be little late, but I will try my level best to be here around 9:30. I'm right now in Spain actually, so I'll try to be. I mean, I'll go back to Portugal again tomorrow around the morning. It's just a 3 hours journey. So thank you guys. Don't forget to leave a like before leaving the stream. Until then, cheers.